Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, if you've been following along, you know we've made some pretty good progress getting the interior done, and we've really been working our way from the back toward the front. Rear cargo carpets in, side panels, rear carpets in, seat backs in. A bit more going on in here, and we're preparing to get the doors completed. Got the window regulators to do, the rear channel gaskets, all the linkages, all got to be done. So in preparation for that, we're going to do the windows. Now, we'll replace the window sweeps pretty soon. The old ones, when they start rotting out and falling apart, you have these clips that snap into the door, and usually that's all that's left, and they end up scratching on your windows over time. So we're going to try and polish out some of those scratches, and we're going to walk you through how you replace these quarter window gaskets. So follow along. All right, I'm getting my windows cleaned up for the doors, and like most of our doors, over time, the window sweeps, the fuzzies, they deteriorate, they fall apart, and all you're left is with the clips. And as you move your windows up and down, you tend to get marks like this. They scratch, they rub, and ruins your glass. So I want to try and see if I can't get some of those marks out. Now, I've already cleaned up the window pretty good with our glass cleaner, and I've already taken a little bit of this and polished out one of these marks. And where is it? Right here. Barely see it. It's not really showing up on the camera, but it's there. So we're going to polish out this one live. I should say, we're going to polish this one out in real time. So follow along. All right. Now I know there's probably other polishes that you can use for glass. This is what I have kicking around, and it seems to work really well on metal in general. So you can see this is cleaned. I've actually gone and scraped it with a razor blade. There's nothing else there to come off. It is smooth. So we just take a little on and we just polish. Just like you're polishing trim. If you're old school military, just like polishing your shoes and your boots. Just go in circles. Now there may be grooves in there so deep that you're not going to get it out, but it's worth trying. I mean, nobody's making glass for these anymore. If you find a pair of windows for your doors that don't have these scratches in them, well, then you're ahead of the game. But this is what I got. This is what I'm using. Wipe that off. You can see it's already a lot better. Not quite perfect. Looks like there's like a little bit of a divot right there. I can feel that with my fingernail. Same thing here. So let's try a little bit more. Trying to get it better. At least get these rusty scrape marks a lot less visible on the glass if I can. Could I use a Dremel with a buffer on this, or even my polisher? I could, but again, I'm just using metal polish. I'm just taking my time, not really wanting to ruin the couple pieces of glass that I have for the car. This is a safe way of doing it. And I think these spots here that you're still seeing are just nicks that are in there just a little too much to dig out. But the streaks that are accompanying it really disappeared quite well. And they're still visible if you look at it from an angle. It's hard to get that on the camera. But you can tell from when we started, it looks a lot better. Something I can live with. Just a quick little polish to get some of the grooves out of it. Much better. So for the Barracuda, since it's a two-door hardtop, there's no post. This would be the true of the Valiant convertibles and the other hardtop two doors. You're going to have this weather strip that fits up against the quarter glass when the door closes. One thing to keep in mind is, and a buddy of mine brought this to my attention when I started ordering these, is that there's two types out there on the market right now. There's the flocked that has the fuzzy velvet-like finish on them, right? Which is where the term window fuzzies comes from. And there's the unflocked, where it's just rubber all the way around. Now, you can have both, and each one would be correct depending on the car. However, the flocked gives you the ability, when you wind the window up on the door, with the quarter glass up behind it, you won't get that squeaking, and the window will ride up much smoother since it rides on this velvet. It's not really pulling on just a rubber, slide really. You don't have to like lube it or anything. It should just move quite nicely. So I've got mine laid out here. It's a little bit longer than I need, obviously, and make sure I have the correct orientation. And this one is going to come out. And then we're going to try and see how we get the new one in. Okay. Shouldn't be too bad. I may have to use a little weather strip adhesive on the back side. Let's get this out and see what we got going on. Coming apart down here. It's dry and brittle and almost gummy, really. That's crazy. That took a lot longer than I thought to clean that stuff out. Jeez. I don't know what they put in there, but man, 50, 60 years ago, that stuff was good. So now we're ready to put our window fuzzy, our piece of weather strip in. And you're all wondering, how do you do that? Well, most people think you can slide it in from the end. I'll tell you what, that's going to be a real pain in the butt. But let me show you what we're going to do here. We're going to position this in here a little long because we have length all the way around. So it's going to stick out the end, out the top, right? And a lot down at the other end too, at the bottom. You see that, right? So I'm going to roll this in to the top groove, get it started like that, a little bit, just because, and just kind of push it down some. And to keep this from falling down, a piece of painter's tape, I'm just going to put it over this end for the time being, so it's not working against me. And while I'm rolling that in to that groove on this side, I'm going to take my tool and just kind of push it into the bottom section, a little at a time. Just work it as I go. See it starting to lay down? Doing good. And you can see after running it like that, it's sitting just like it needs to be. Looks like it's up a little bit here. I'll work that a little bit more before I trimmed off the top edge all the way across. Let's see, looking good, nice and level. Down here at the bottom, it's got a little bit of a gap there. I can put a dab of weather strip adhesive in there if I feel like it, because it's got crimp on there. It's kind of dimpled in. So if I'm worried about it coming out at the bottom, well, I'll just put a little dab of stuff in there, clamp it down for the time being, because you're not going to see anything below your seal, your emblem, out of the car. So all this will be hidden anyway. Well, that's pretty much it. We're not really ready to show you the assembly of the doors yet. Got a bit more cleaning up on the small parts to do, but we're getting there. Got a lot of other stuff done on the car today, but windows are where it's at. Hey, smash that like button, and if you like what we're doing here on the channel, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.